So not many people admit this, but one of the best ways to be successful in life is actually to be kind of selfish. Let me explain. Okay, now the term selfish typically means that somebody who's very self-centered and all about themselves. Well, that's one definition. The other one I want to focus on is being selfish, where you are going after something for yourself. Like, what is it you want to create? What do you want to do? What do you want to go after and achieve? Initially, when we start a business, if your only reason for doing it is to help other people, there's gonna be times when it's gonna be really hard and difficult to have the motivation. You need to keep moving forward and keep having success. There's gotta be something in it for you that gives you the drive and the passion to go and actually pursue that thing. Otherwise, you're probably not gonna get to the finish line. Recently, I gave a presentation about this whole concept in Mexico with my 2 Comma Club X mastermind group. It was the first time I'd ever actually shared this concept publicly because I see so many entrepreneurs who struggle with this internal guilt. So I wanted to share this with you because I want you to understand that it's okay to feel that way, and I hope you receive a lot of value from this presentation. I'm currently writing a new book on personal development, and this presentation is a chapter from that book. So I would actually love to hear your comments down in the comment section, what you think, how you feel, if you've ever felt that way in the past, and if so, how you've kind of overcome those things. And on top of that, make sure that you click the like button if you enjoyed this, and also subscribe so you continue to get all the new videos moving forward. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. This is something that I struggled with for a long time. For those who have read Atlas Shrugged or study Ayn Rand or anything, her philosophies are not soft, okay? I think most of us are like, oh yeah, like we want, but like she's very, very blunt on stuff. One of her books is called The Virtue of Selfishness, which I read the title, I was like, what? And she literally said, I titled this because I wanted to like pattern it up for people. I want people to like be upset about it because we need to talk about this.
Self-esteem. The value of selfishness is that you esteem yourself as a value, that you live according to your nature.
And she says everyone is trying to focus so much on like giving and serving, but like the reality is for prime movers, for creators, like creation comes from a selfish standpoint. Now for some of you guys that just sound like you heard that, you're like, oh, you felt like that. That's how I felt the first time, like, oh, no, it doesn't. Like I'm here to serve. Okay? But a couple of things she said. Number one, I want to mention, like, again, I do believe that each of us have been called to serve, but we have these desires. Okay? But when you're first called to serve somebody, guess what? By default, those people are going to reject you. But Russell, I'm called to serve these people. Yeah, eventually they will be grateful for you, but right now they will not be grateful. I promise you that. Okay? When I started this mission, trying to help entrepreneurs, man, it was brutal. I got made fun of. I got beat up virtually. Horrible things written about me. I remember sitting at Thanksgiving dinner at my wife's house sitting around the table before we had any kids, and her mom asked me at the Thanksgiving dinner table, Russell, I Googled your name last week, and there's a video that says you're a scammer. Is that true? You scamming people? To my brand new mother-in-law. And I was like, what? And I go to the bathroom. I got to the bathroom. I'm Googling on my phone. I'm like, Russell Brunson. Pops up, big old video. Russell Brunson's a scam artist, right? I tried to save wrestling in the United States. I built a wrestling team. I built a center. I flew all these wrestlers. I flew out coaches. I gave all the wrestlers compete for Olympic team jobs. I was like, this is amazing. I'm serving this audience. And guess what? The wrestling community destroyed me. In all the wrestling forums, there's this spammer and this scammer named Russell. He's like a horrible person. Here's why, it was insane. The people you're called to serve will reject you initially. And so if you're there to try to serve them, and that's your full motivation, it's gonna be very, very difficult. The initial creation it's selfish, okay? You have to focus on the creation. A couple quotes from Ayn Rand I think were really interesting. She said, men have been taught that the highest virtue is not to achieve, but to give. Yet one cannot give that which has not been created. Creation becomes before distribution, or there will be nothing to distribute. The need of the creator comes before the need of any possible beneficiary. We are taught to admire the second-hander who dispenses the gifts he has not produced above the man who actually made the gifts possible. We praise the act of charity, and we shrug at the act of achievement. The initial desire is like, I want to become a better athlete. I want to make more money. I want to do that is the driving thing at the very beginning. Okay, now what's amazing, what happens is that through that, as you start doing those things and you're selfishly moving forward, trying to pursue your goal, your vision, the thing that you want to have happen, the wake of that, the byproduct that will happen behind you is the contribution. That's where you have a chance to serve people. How many of you guys watched the documentary, The Last Dance? It was so good. But if you look at Michael Jordan, right? Probably the greatest basketball player ever. He was not like, here's this team, let's build a team, it's gonna be awesome. He was like, no, I'm Michael Jordan, I'm gonna be the greatest basketball player ever to play. And he stood up to the line, he started playing and started playing and started playing. And people hated him. People did not like him. He was ruthless, he made fun of people. People quit, they left. He's like, I don't care, like I'm gonna become the best in the world. And he did it and started moving forward. And in the wake of him selfishly pursuing his mission and his goals, he built the greatest basketball dynasty of all time.
My innate personality is to win at all costs. If I have to do it myself, I'm gonna do it.
If it wasn't for me and Todd being in ClickFunnels, being selfish, like we want to create something because we know this is here, this is gonna happen, we're gonna make a ton of money. If we weren't selfish about that and our time and our energy, we would never have created this. So we have to understand that because it's gonna be hard for most of us. It was hard for me to be like okay with that. I've never publicly talked about this because it's like hard, but in my head, it's just like, it's a very selfish thing. Any goal, I wanna get a six pack, I wanna get abs, I wanna work out, I wanna be a state champ, I wanna be a national champ. Like it is a selfish goal. I wanna make more money, I wanna build a business. It has to be. Or it's gonna be hard for you to drive enough to do it. But after you've done that, the wake of what you create is the contribution. Okay, it'll come. And after that's happened, then the people will start showing up. But initially they don't. And so if you're doing it for them, it's not gonna last. You've gotta do it for you.